Yeah! Back the freaking A! Woohoo! Arizona takes care of business, Caleb Love. My Caleb, everybody there was in my mentions. If you, I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited. Hello, William Brett Alice. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Michael.
Dude, that felt like Miles Simon a little bit. Almost from the same, a little bit different. But that was Caleb Love in a nutshell. It was amazing. I was getting people nonstop because there's a large contingent of people in this city that hate Caleb Love. I am not one of them. And they immediately go quiet when that happens. You got the whole Caleb Love experience. Brad, this was fantastic. We got a lot to get to, but man, that was awesome.
Yeah, you summed that up. That was my phrase exactly. You got the full Caleb Love experience right there. I don't write anymore after game stories. But if I was Bruce Pascoe, if I was Jason Scheer, if I was Steve Rivera, you have to rewrite the whole story. Because my thought was, and that's been the story of the team, that this team is unclutch.
Yes.
Stepping on the sideline when you probably should let the ball roll out of bounds, forcing up some bad shots down the stretch. Not being able to, and it's hard, execute that missed free throw. And then Caleb Love, who was as unclutch as they came for, the end of that game, hits the remarkable shot, and he thought it had a chance when it left his hands. You could see
you could tell he thought that it was going in.
And then they're just the whole team just nails in overtime. I think they scored 13 of the last 15 points of overtime, including 2 more Caleb Love 3-pointers. That's just probably what this team is going to be, at least when they get to the second weekend. They're going to live by Caleb Love, and they're going to die by Caleb Love. And, had they been a little bit more sound down the stretch, they could have won that game without a big Caleb Love shot.
Right.
But Bradley still makes some dumb decisions late in games. Other guys aren't quite ready for prime time late in games. So it becomes, if Caleb Love can hit some big shots, they're going to win these games. And if he can't, they don't. But that being said, you probably had, as good as he was, 3 remarkable games from 3 other guys. Right. And a lot has to be said about KJ Lewis. A lot has to be said about
the man of girth,
Awaka, who, because of how well he played, I will use girth repeatedly for you tonight. And then Carter Bryant, who I had this thought when he hit the third 3 of overtime. If he comes back, could he be a National Player of the Year candidate?
He's got a little bit, it's funny. I was asking Muehlbach a little bit about this. He's got a little bit of Sean in his game and how he plays. A little bit.
I think the comparison's still Jason Tatum, I think. But the kid's legit 6'9". He's long, he boards. And if he can hit 40% from 3.
Right.
The only problem is he may be doing it as the 8th, 9th guy for the Dallas Mavericks next year.
Right. Let's talk about Tobe Awaka. We got to give the man of girth and some real credit there. Also hit the like button. The man of girth was he was awesome in this game. I mean, I don't know what his exact stat line was at the end, but 20 and 10. Oh, a super snap. Bring us your super snap.
17 and 12.
Yeah, 17 and 12. Nick Hart. Wow. BTFD. Where are the T-Dog Lloyd haters now? Carter is developing, and yes. Wop. So many super snaps. Jeremiah Dibble. Awaka was awesome. Caleb shows up in the clutch. Awaka was awesome, and Awaka was timely as well. I will do this tomorrow. I will apologize. There is no more twins. There is one twin. Awaka is totally different than Trey Townsend. But man, that was awesome.
I went back and forth on Trey Townsend all night. He had some stretches where he was just hustling his butt off, making big plays. And then he had other times where he got lost on defense and came down and put off-balance shots. At the end of the day, I still don't like him.
Right.
But he did okay at stretches.
Yeah, he was okay.
But I'll tell you what I liked about Awaka. Awaka just had the most body control on shooting that he's had.
Yes.
He had a couple nice offensive moves. Mostly, though, he got those putbacks. He only put the ball, I think, on the floor 1 out of I think he had 4 baskets on second chance points, maybe more. He just really, again, he played with girth, but he also played with some skill. He looked better than he has. And if he can continue to improve, and that's the whole thing. What's funny is when we were, what were they at, 6 and 7? or 4-5, whatever it was. And we were talking about, it's not time to write off the season, but this has to happen. This has to happen. This has to happen.
It's happening.
And most of it has happened.
Yes, I mean, Brad, if I were to tell you before the season that we'd be 8-1 at this point, and Arizona, we'd be 8-1 at this point, and you're starting to figure some things out. Again, a win is a win is a win. And again, I am not going to make any apologies for this win, because you get a lot of people that are like, well, Arizona got lucky. Guess what? Arizona also whizzed away some games that they should have won as well. Jerry Reyes, you need to email me, Jerry Reyes. We'd very much like to talk with the great Jerry Reyes.
And almost whizzed away this one.
Yes.
Because again, I still worry about this team's clutchness. I don't know what the word. There's a word out there: clutchness, clutchability. It's also my favorite band, by the way, Clutch. If you haven't listened to them, listen to them. But the point being, it took one big shot, and again, I don't know if that's going to turn Caleb Love's around season, because it's maybe too late for that. But
no, it's not too late. They're 8-1 in the conference.
He's going to have some of these games, and he's going to have some of these games like he had in the beginning of this game. But I'll tell you this about Caleb, as frustrating as he is, and I think our good friend Jody Ayler said he's a cross between Mustafa Shakur and Jamel Horn. That's not an apt comparison, but he might be. Those guys. He might be a mix of Mark Lyons and insert your most frustrating player, because there are nights he can do it all, and there's nights he can't do anything. And tonight was, again, the full Caleb Love experience.
All right, now we got, let's see here. We got some other super snaps in here. I got to read Mr. Jerry Reyes' super snap. Where are these super snaps? Bring us your tired, hungry super snaps. Cardiac Cats in full effect tonight at McHale. Woohoo! All right, let's see what the other one. Stut Joe, $2. Cats blew the game except for Miracle, you agree? No, I don't agree with that. They went in overtime and they won the game. They took care of business in overtime. It was a new game and they took care of. I do not agree with that. Mr. Tyler Warden. Oh, so many super snaps. Look at these. Early exit or stage 4. Early exit in March. Transfer portal. Big time transfer. Win big game. Here, Arizona though is 8-1 though. I keep going back to that at this point. You're 8-1 in the conference. You're 8-1 in the Big 12. I do not know what else to say here. Oh, so many super snaps. Look, another super snap. Also, if I miss one, we're going to read them at the end of the show too. AC Wildcat fan, you will get an apology tomorrow on the show. Awaka and Vasar need to play together for rim protection. No twins. No, I agree. I would agree with you on that. They're 2 of our 5 best players need to play together. I would agree with that. Oh, Jeremiah Dibble, another super stat. Did I decide to talk about us not being clutch? I agree. Come on. This was a clutch game. Okay. Now
here's the thing you have to know about me. And this is probably why I got let go by a certain radio station slightly before Mike left that radio station. When they win, I point out the flaws, and when they lose, I point out the good things. And that's just kind of how I'm wired. So yes, but again, a lot of you killed me when I said Arizona can run, they can fix things. Mike and I talked about this in December. They can fix things. They can make a run. And some of you thought I was crazy. And guess what? They're 8-1 in conference. Had this been the team we thought they were preseason, I wouldn't have picked 8-1 in conference.
Yes. Yes, I would. I don't know what to say. I am beyond. I got so much stuff in front of me right now. I got Powerades. I got sodas. I got all this. Okay, now we got to make a couple. We got to get a couple reads in here. We got to pay the bills. Baggins. Everybody go to Baggins. Let's see here. Hold on. Am I freezing?
No.
There we go. All right, well, it's freezing for me. Either way, it doesn't matter. Baggins, go to Baggins. Locally owned and operated, all food made in-house. AZ12 though needs to be your code there though, Mr. William Brad Alice. You get 15% off. Many tasty, scrumptious items. Give you a little bit of girth in that belly. And again, you will thank me later on it. Every sandwich comes with a chocolate chip cookie. The lovely Shelby Shear ate at Baggins today. Everybody, if you go to Baggins, take a picture and then say AZ12. You will thank me later. G-Rod, go to Baggins. Yes. Patrick Stark will do Baggins DoorDash to Utah. I don't know. Who knows? If anybody can do it, they can do it. Okay, now, also, let's see here. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, Green Valley Decorative Rock. I went there, and again, I was there the other day. It was great. Now, you might say, I don't live in Green Valley. Doesn't matter if you don't live in Green Valley, because at the same time, you can go to their 2 convenient locations. One here in Tucson, my friend, 50 locally sourced landscaping materials and serving residents and contractors. Plus, you can get one of those like big bins filled with rocks, and they will deliver everything to you. You will like it. Back to the Green Valley decorative rock. Okay. Okay. Now, let's talk about it where we're at now. Brad, Arizona's 8-1. Oh, hey, what super snaps do we have coming in? We got super snaps coming in hot and heavy. I think I missed a few. John Taylor. Oh, the great John Taylor. Apple makes this too hard. I agree. $1.99. We will take your super snap. Jerry B, $4.99. Very much appreciate the super snap. And let's see here. Okay. Now, listen. John Lee Walker, great point. He says, I liked the reffing tonight. Rework, hard work, and girth. I will say this. There are some of things that I've come around with the Big 12 that annoys me, because they will call some ticky-tack things from time to time that I don't get. But overall, it's so much better than Pac-10 officiating, William.
Yeah. I thought one of the games I watched the other day, everyone seemed to be in foul trouble, but tonight was fine. Every time I start to be like, oh, they got away with them, I'm like, oh yeah, Arizona just got away with that same thing a few minutes ago. One of the overtime possessions, I think they literally got away with 3 forearm shoves, but Arizona got the steal. So you let them play and good things happen. So I'll take that as opposed to, again, you and I grew up. I remember watching ticky-tack fouls on Raycon.
Oh, yeah. We've been through the ringer.
Yeah, I've seen guys breathe on people wrong and pick up a double tech. So
right. Yes. No, it's yes. It's but either way, 600 likes. Everybody hit the like button, by the way. Like. Wop. TJ Van Marter, Caleb Love back the A by shooting the ball from the back of the A. Yes. You know what else? I got to give Caleb Love? And a $10 super snap. Now I got to buy an Awaka jersey. Let's all buy one and pay the man. Agreed. You know what's amazing to me about that? And you make a very good point there, William, is that that Caleb Love looked like he thought that shot was going in when he took it. Like
I don't think he knew, but he thought it had a chance because he did the stop, look, and I'm leaning the wrong way now because of my camera, but he leaned a little bit. Like he was looking, usually you throw it up and you're just kind of hoping, but he had that. Yeah, he had the body language. Well, it looked like when Tommy throws those up, during practice.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, that does remind me a lot of the Miles Simon thing, Jeremiah Dibble, you just messaged me. Fly Guy Cole, $1. We very much appreciate that. Okay, now, Arizona now, you would assume they're going to be ranked. Here's the thing, though, that you can't have happen, and we are going to continue, no let-ups. You got to take care of business now. This is a huge win. There's no other way to put it. This is a massive win. I will not be able to sleep tonight, plus I'm back up at 10:30 tomorrow. Woohoo! But you got to be able to win. You got ASU. You got to go play the enemy up there. We're going to get to that, obviously. But Brad, everybody talks about a signature win. You needed a signature win this season. You're playing better. This is going to be your signature win because Iowa State is really, really good. Iowa State is really, really good. That's something we got to talk about a little bit here.
Yeah, Iowa State's really good. They are missing one of their key guys, and that's why this win becomes even more important if you want to contend for that league title. And they are now. I mean, it's legit now. You are playing for a Big 12 championship. You still got 2 really tough games ahead and a bunch of, there are no easy ones in this league. And that's what kind of makes it fun. I mean, your easy one was the other night. It was Colorado at home. But if you're on the road, you're going to play someone tough. And Arizona still has some. And of course, Houston's still looming. And I believe, I'm not mistaken, there's the rematch at what do you call it? Hilton Head?
Yeah, Hilton Head Arena. It's in South Carolina or something.
Yeah. But, but this one's big. I think this and Baylor were huge wins towards a league championship, because getting the 2 wins to open the season was big just for getting your head above water. But now this team has grander aspirations. I know people are mad they're not ranked, but they're a 5 seed in most of the bracketology.
Yeah, I would say they're a 5 seed. You know what? At this stage in the game, here's where I'm at. I will be honest with you. I like being ranked. Oh, did Bradley really have 7 steals? I didn't know he had 7. Oh, the great Peeposh. I didn't know
he also had too many turnovers, though.
He did. It was weird. It was kind of the full Jaden Bradley experience as well. But at the same time, also, let me ask you this. I need to ask you this. I don't get it. I ask a lot of people. I don't get it. And again, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here, but I need to know Why can't you play the man of girth, Tobe Awaka, and Henry Vasar together? I don't understand it. They are never allowed to play together. I don't get it, especially in a game like this where the man of girth was absolutely killing it. And on top of that, Vasar, even though when he's not killing it, he has this role. I don't understand why you can't put the man of girth and Henry Vasar together.
No, it seems to me that you would want to switch their roles, offense and defense. Where on offense, you'd want kind of Vasar playing the 4, Waka playing the 5, and then switch them up on the defensive end. Where I think, with Vasar's length and Awaka's girth, you want to Waka guard in the 4.
Yes.
I told you, I'm going to give you girth all night long. That's
Cody,
my way of
We
backing
need you to cut
the mic.
all of this. We need you to cut this. Brad says, I'm going to give you girth all night long. And he says, with Vasar's length and Awaka's girth. Yes.
I'm
going to add that to the soundboard, Brad.
Yes, perfect.
No problem. Years ago, I'm going to sidebar here. I was at when all 3 of the big shoe companies were in Vegas. And I looked at the guy covering it with me. I can't remember if it was John Jones or Judson Graham.
John Jones. I was going to say you went in there with a UFC fighter.
Yeah. And I said, hey, where else can you talk about teenagers and talk about their length and their build and not be a pedophile? So, we talk about girth and length and reach.
Boy, certified pedophile. What?
So there you go. And then it gets you a Kendrick reference.
Yes. No, that was very, very good. Okay. Now, man, I don't know where to start, man. Like, here's where I just go crazy because when I get super excited, I just kind of lose my notes. Okay. Now, one other thing. Now let's talk a little more about this game. Iowa State's good though, man. I know that they were missing their one of their really good players, the foreigner kid. I can't even remember his name. It's like Milosevic or something like that, or something like that. He's good, but Iowa State's going to be a 1 or a 2 seed. They're good. You just know what it looks like. You know what it feels like. Well, feels like, but you know what it looks like. And that's a good basketball team. This is that vintage win because again, like you said, Baylor was a good win. Winning some of those Big 12 games on the road was a very nice, very tasty endeavor as well. But at the same time, this is the one. And now you give yourself a little bit of a margin for error as well, William Brad Alice. This is the one that we were going to step our flag on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, those were good wins. This is a great win. This is as you said, this is a legit top 5 team. Whether they're ranked there next Monday or not, who knows? And, they still could do some things over the weekend to keep themselves there. But yeah, and again, you did this at home. You hold court at home. And again, you now put yourself in a legit position to challenge for this Big 12 title. You're about to hit the turn, and you are a 1-loss team in a league that again has 2 probably legit top 5 to 7 teams. And we saw how good Kansas can be when they should have won that game this weekend. And there are other quality teams, and Arizona, who again appeared to many to be dead in the water right before Christmas, or now suddenly is a team that, again, things break their way. They keep winning at this clip, could play themselves into a top 4, maybe even a 3 seed. And again, no one would have guessed that when they had a losing record.
No, they wouldn't. Now, Patrick Stark. I need to be very clear on something here. Patrick Stark is one of my very favorite people out there. If there was a Mount Rushmore, I don't know. I'd have to have like 10 Mount Rushmores because there's so many of my favorite people. But Patrick Stark is right on the Mount Rushmore, somewhere on there, very strong. He is trying to bait me, though. ADO transfers to Santa Clara. Book it. Listen, ADO did not have a great game. I get it. ADO serves a purpose. Patrick Stark, you are better than that, P. Stark. You are better than that. Okay. All right. Now let's get back to that. We're not going to allow any of that ADO slander on this feel good show as well. Okay. Now, got to pay a few more bills here, and then Stark is elite people. Very, very, very good show. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about actually people that are paying us. Longview. Okay. Now, you might say to yourself, Mike Luke, you are not a cool person. You are doing a podcast out of your guest room. William Brad Alice, you're the spokesman for Marana County, or is it Marana County?
No.
Or are they like the Pima County?
No, it's
all right.
Whole nother organization.
Either way, Brad Allis is cooler than me. Brad Allis probably needs a financial person that I could highly recommend, and I would say the great Andre Veris. Personalized, comprehensive financial planning, tailored retirement income strategies, distinctive wealth management, highly certified with top designations. Andre is the man. We very, very much like Andre. Now, you're in the Pima County Association of Governments, William
Pima
Brad Allis?
Association of Governments, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, so there is there, but again, our good friend Andre Veris. I've discovered Andre Veris. All right, now we got another one here. What else do we got here? RJ's Frozen Cactus. I was at RJ's Frozen Cactus on Saturday, getting liquored up, and I had a good time. I had a very, very good time, and 100 plus craft beers, $2 deals, my friends. Pizza, wings, tacos, burgers, and more. Not a bad seat in the house. You will thank me later on this one, John. That is funny. But again, also, if you were at this game, you would have been very smart, and you would have said to yourself, "Man, I could have gone to this game, and you know what? I could have gotten pre-gamed there and kept the vehicle there, and come back and gotten it." That is what people are doing. Go to RJ's Frozen Cactus. We are going to be having a watch party in February. We are working on this. Okay. Now, John Taylor says Marana County. Come on, man. I do apologize. There is no such thing as Marana County. There isn't any. There's no Marana County, is there?
No. Although Marana goes into 2 counties, so there's that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, exactly. It is. Okay.
And it's going to go up more into Pinal County eventually. Oop, I probably should have said that. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. Grant Winkler.
And they also have really good people who put on their events.
Right. Yes. No, they do. The people that put on events at Marana, you might know somebody that you maybe helped in this environment. Maybe she might be in the chat.
May have told her to apply. That's all I did.
That's what you did. You got to lead. You got to lead the water. They got to drink it. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit then about. Oh man, I'm so excited. KJ Lewis. KJ Lewis to me, if KJ Lewis doesn't dribble 2 or 3 times, KJ Lewis is really, really good. More than 2 or 3 times. When he tries to get creative and tries to like dribble into 6 people, he looks like me. But man, when he just gets downhill and he goes to the basket, he looks very, very good. Again, what did he finish with? Somebody out there that's smarter than me. What did he finish with? We'll
open stat broadcast up here.
Yeah. Finish stat broadcast. What do you got? Yeah.
Oh, it reset on me. Stupid thing.
Exactly.
I don't know. I know he's in double figures.
Yeah, like 12 and 10, something like that. 14 and 10, something like that. Either way, very good. But he's just got to make Grant Winkler. By the way, very much appreciate that, Grant Winkler, that gift. Very good. He said he's just got to make a move and go. No dribble. I would agree with that. What say you, William Brad Allis?
14
KJ finished with
8 rebounds, 6 assists.
What do we got? Talk to me, God.
14, 8, and 6.
I love it. That is a perfect stat line for him. Perfect.
Yeah, he really is that stat filler kind of guy, and that's a perfect role. Plus, his ability to get his hands on loose balls or balls and create loose balls and get in transition. It's kind of reminds me of the defense Gilbert used to play sometimes.
Yeah. Now, Mikal Canoza. Now, I need to be very clear about this. KJ can dribble and make plays. I agree. But he's got to get downhill and make his play. It's when he's dribbling around and he's just kind of, dribbling into people. That's what I don't like.
He is a north-south runner. He shouldn't be. He's Kelvin as a football player.
He's Emmitt Smith. He's not Barry Sanders.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best way I can put it. He can dribble, but he's got to be smart on how he does it. That's where I'm at with that. Okay. I do not want to talk about Kylan Boswell. Get out of here with all of this. Yes, we will not talk about ADO tonight. There is another time.
Here's what I want to say about ADO. He had a bad game, but ADO is a role player.
Huh?
I mean, he's a role player with a specific skill set. And ironically enough, I didn't hear it, but I know Jason referenced Brendan Lavender. He's a better version of Brendan. Brendan Lavender was an elite shooter who could do nothing else.
Correct.
ADO is slightly better, but they can't all be.
They can't all be Mike Lukes. I mean, you've got to be able to. Right.
You got to have some Brads out there who just do one thing well, and I don't know what mine is, but so he's fine.
You provide girth.
Is he a star? No. Is he one of the 7? He's probably not even one of the 7 best players on the team, but it works as a starter.
Yes.
And again, when he's shooting well, he gets more minutes, and when he's not, he's expendable.
Oh, Patrick Stark coming in here with more vicious remarks towards ADO. We don't like that, Patrick Stark. Okay. There was a question here. Let's talk about Caleb Love's defense here. Yes, Caleb Love played really good defense. That's the thing, is that he did. I mean, Curtis Jones did not play well. If Curtis Jones went for 39 points, we'd be hearing about how Caleb Love was a lackadaisical defender as well. He did not do any of that. We need to give him much credit. Hey, all of the ADO comments, you will all be banned and stricken if this continues. Go ahead, Brad.
No, the thing here's with Caleb Love. For the most part, not every time, but almost every time, when he's playing poorly, he still plays hard.
Right.
He's not a great defender, but he can defend well But the other night he wasn't shooting well, but he got his hands on loose balls. He was grabbing rebounds. He was doing dirty work. He doesn't sulk.
Right.
And the few times he has, to his credit, Tommy Lloyd's benched him.
Right.
At least for stretches. So that's what I like about Caleb Love. If he's not, the shot's not falling, he's at least trying to do other things while still shooting. He's never going to not shoot, and that's just what he does.
Yes. Now, Mr. Tyler, let's see here. Mike, you broke ADO by showcasing him. No, I did not break. ADO cannot be perfect every single game. He can also, this is where will Bruce rank us next week? 40. So I was at the first half of the game. I wanted to post a video, but I was not going to post the video. I've never seen anything like it. We talk about it on the show quite a bit. I've never seen anybody who watches the game or is at the game like Bruce, but does not watch the game. He is literally watching it on his computer when it's 10 feet away from him. I have a very funny video. I will not post it, though. I've never seen anything like it. Plus, he always looks confused. Bruce, watch the game. It is right in front of you. You do not need to be watching the game on the computer. I do not understand that. Do not do that again. Now, I am curious about this. Oh, Shelby Lynn, the great Shelby Lynn says, will this break Iowa State? Listen, Arizona football, a lot of people look at the Arizona football record and they say to themselves, well, Arizona wasn't that good this year. You forget how many teams that they broke that just weren't the same after they played Arizona. Could Arizona basketball be breaking teams now? Could Iowa State be going into a tailspin now after that?
No, because they're too good.
Yeah. All right. I agree with that. Yes, I agree with that. No, Bruce does not stink. I love Bruce. Be nice to Bruce. I mean, I don't know if he smells, but yes. Also, one thing that I got to say, and I put this out on Twitter, and I know people don't want to hear this. Caleb Love is a wildly popular player with the team, with the coaches. Everybody likes Caleb Love. You've got to, so again, if you don't like him on the court, whatever, I get it, but he's definitely somebody you should root for. Like, I get all these people like, North Carolina, they don't like him. I do not care. I do not care. Tommy Lloyd loves him. Go ahead. Sorry.
There was a moment that showed me that is after he hit, I can't remember if it was the first or second 3-pointer in overtime. Emmanuel Stephen went up and gave him a series of handshakes.
Yes.
It's one thing if the walk-ons are doing, but Emmanuel Stephen doesn't need to do that, but he did. He went over and generally seemed pleased, not because they had the lead, but because they're a guy. I mean, he's one of the captains on this team.
Right. And he's one of the captains. And that's one thing. Listen, I think there's a couple things. Listen, I always say that I hope the Tommy gun is here for a million years. I really do. But there are a couple things that annoy me. Some of the things like with sticking with crappy players that they shouldn't be. But I love what he said about Caleb Love, though. He said, listen, man, he's a lightning rod, but he's my lightning rod. And you know what? I'm going to ride with him through thick and thin. Also, real quick, Hector R. Mendoza, a.k.a. Big Hex, very much like him. Hector is getting on me on Twitter today for saying that Jason Terry and Damon Stoudemire were better players than Steve Kerr. They were. No offense. We love Steve Kerr. Damon Stoudemire and Jason Terry were on another level. We would agree with that.
Yes. Okay. Although I think you could almost argue that Kerr had a better U of A career than Terry had U of A career, but Terry's senior season is one of the 3 or 4 best seasons in school history.
Okay. All right.
And that's only because Terry's stuck in that role.
Right.
But again, Terry's still arguably the best pro Arizona's had too. I mean,
Terry's one of but I just wanted
people forget how good Damon was too.
Yes. Here's what I'm going to say. JT at his apex, I believe, was better than Damon because he wasn't as streaky as Damon, but Damon's one of the 5 best players to ever come through here. That's all I was saying. That was not a... I'm currently driving by RJ's Frozen Cactus. Oh, you should pull over for a celebratory brewski. Say that Mike Luke sent you. Okay, Jaden Bradley. Jaden Bradley, I like... now listen. We've got to give you a big shout out. William Brad Ellis, the wise eyes of the owl in the sea, overlooking the sea. You said before the year, last year, that you liked Jaden Bradley more than Kylan Boswell, and many people looked at you like you were a paralyzed parrot or something to take pity on. William Brad Ellis remains victorious during all of this. The paralyzed parrot has risen from the ashes. I don't know if that works or not, but either way, but Jaden Bradley,
45 a night.
Yeah, Jaden Bradley Jaden Bradley's great though. I mean, the turnovers are too many. Agree, totally agree. But man, 7 steals. He just kind of makes winning basketball plays.
Yeah, and again, he had the steals, and even a couple of the turnovers were. I mean, the double dribble was iffy. I mean, He probably did it, but a lot of refs don't call that. Right. Yeah. So again, the worst thing he did all night was that off balance 3 late in the game, and then didn't matter. But no, he's Arizona's best point guard since McConnell.
Yeah. By the way, I guess Brian Jeffries said we deserved this. Dang right we deserve this, Brian Jeffries, Mr. Brian Jeffries. Yes. Now, let's see here. Who are we? Let's see here. Who was horrible in the second half? He looked I don't know. Either way. Oh, by the way, Brad, real quick. Brad Ellis is not. I had to stick up for Brad on Twitter. Brad Ellis is not. I repeat, is not a Kansas City Chiefs bandwagon fan. I've known Brad Ellis for probably how long have I known? I got hired at the radio when I was probably 12 years.
Well, I was still doing the show, so
yeah.
Rich Rod was the coach.
Right. Yes.
My last post-game show at that station was the Ohio State loss in the Sweet 16. That was my last. That was my last post-game show.
Yeah, but I
and you were working there by then, weren't you?
I've known. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got hired there. I got hired there in 2012. So either way, I've known Brad Ellis for a decade plus. Brad Ellis has always been a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Well, okay.
I remember making fun of you and Captain Checkdown.
Alex Smith, leader of men, and you stole that for Flacco.
Yes, no, but he wasn't.
Or I may have stolen it for you. No, here's the thing. People, my dad was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri, and watched them play at the old Municipal Stadium. People say, how long have you been a Kansas City fan? I was a Kansas City fan before Joe Montana. His name was Bill Kinney. He was the quarterback before they drafted Todd Blackledge. He was also the quarterback after they drafted Todd Blackledge. And I still remember my dad in the early 80s telling me that Steve Fuller was any year now is going to be Steve. He was the number 1 draft pick from Clemson, like 79. He was best known for being like Doug Flutie's backup with the Bears. That's how long I've been a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I asked my wife out because she was a Kansas City Chiefs fan as well. And what are the odds of finding a cute Kansas City Chiefs fan in Tucson, Arizona in 1999? And yesterday we both lost our voices cheering in that game. So yes, I am a legit Kansas City Chiefs fan. My dad's raised me that way. My son is being raised that way. And if you really want, we have a Thigpen jersey somewhere in the closet.
Yeah. So, Tyler Thigpen. Yeah.
Tyler Thigpen. Coastal Carolina, great.
I agree we don't care about the Chiefs, but I had a couple people that were mentioning this, so I had to say now. Again, I don't want to call you paralyzed parrot anymore. There will be no more paralyzed parrot talk.
It's not the worst thing I've been called this week.
A paralyzed parrot?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, looking ahead to ASU. Here's where I'm at. ASU, BYU, those are your next 2 games. These are the games that, I know it sucks to say this, but these games are somewhat tough. Because ASU, as much as I hate to say it, doesn't stink. It's a typical Bobby Hurley team, though. You've got a lot of talent, but they're not really coached. They're not coached very well. It is what it is. BYU is going to be a tough place to play in the elevated scene. You take it one game at a time. I hate that term, but it is true here. You're 8-1. If you could somehow be 10-1, yeah, hit the like button. If Arizona could somehow be 10-1. After ASU and BYU, I mean, at that point, you start saying, man, how far can you really push this thing? Can you get, I mean, at that point, you would have a pretty girthy resume in the Big 12.
No, I think you sum those two games up kind of perfectly. They're both good enough.
It'd be
teams.
a girthy resume.
Well, that too. But yeah, ASU's just good enough that you can lose to them up there, and BYU's solid. They're going to be very interesting a year from now, though. But
when they're bringing in like every player in the country.
Yeah, because somehow they have the biggest NIL in the nation. I guess that money spends well.
Is that LDS money?
Got to be, right? Doesn't it?
I would assume.
Yeah,
I would assume something like
that.
Like they own,
they're
like,
good
Insulet
now.
Or something.
They're not great. They're good, and they're both teams are capable of beating Arizona. But the good news is, again, since conference play has begun, Arizona's not losing these games. The Texas Tech game, not how it finished, but we all saw that one coming. Texas Tech is good. They're actually only a game behind Arizona in the standings right now, which I guess means half a game because they have the tiebreaker on the road. So, but yeah, you got to take care of business. Again, you are now not playing to get in the NCAA tournament like we thought they might be. You're playing for a Big 12 championship, or at least really good seed in the Big 12 tournament, which I haven't even thought about.
Hey, wait a second. Oh, there's no way that's true. From Jose L. Roman Jr. Every LDS ties to BYU's. NIL. No, there's no way that's true. There, that money. Well, maybe I don't know. Yes.
No, but it wouldn't surprise me if. Yeah, I mean they have a very loyal, for obvious reasons, fan base.
Yeah, by the way, I got to give we got to do our reads right now. Guess where I went out to today, my friend? I see him in the chat. Eris Dental, my friend. This place is great. Now, I went in there, and the cool thing about it too, you know how like when you like go into like a dentist office and it's like super it seems sterile and it feels like everybody's coming at you with like a beekeeper outfit or something like that, like here, look but don't touch type thing. This place is great. You walk in there and it's got these super high ceilings. It's very inviting. Lan Allen runs the place. He is in the chat. You should 100% support this man. He is a leader of men. He is a leader of dentistry. How about that? And again, like Dennis Walsh said, they will go in there and they will give you the necessary treatment. They're not looking to try to remove your tongue. And here's the other thing too, is that if you need a new mouth guard, you're a grinder, Brad Alice. You strike me as a grinder.
No, but
But either way, if you were a grinder, this would be the place. This would be the place to go. Yes. And again, Lan is the man. Lan the man. All right. Only necessary treatment. Again, got really good deals on teeth implants. And on top of that,
I think they're dental implants.
Dental implants. Yeah, dental implants. Yes, you are a leader, man, Lan Allen. And again, urgent care. Everybody in there was having a good time. I felt going around there like I was important. I will take it. Either way, check it out. Eris Dental and Brad Alice. You were walking by Alice Dental. I almost said Alice Dental. Eris Dental the other day and took a picture of it.
Yeah, because it's right by my face here on the thing. I noticed the logo, and I'm walking, and I did a double take, and I noticed it.
Yes, so, exactly.
On my way to lunch downtown, I passed by it. I'd never noticed it before. Now I will, and if I need those services, I'm going there.
Yes, exactly. There you should. It is right in there. It is all over the place. Check it out, TucsonTeeth.com. All right, now it is time for something else that I am I'm generally not good at, but I do like this one. Let's do it. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. Comfort X. Now, you might say to yourself, there was somebody in there that, let's say, I don't know what to do with my HVAC system. Get in line. I don't know anything about HVAC. I don't know what it looks like. Well, I didn't know what it looked like until I saw this picture right here. But that is what, Brad Alice, do you know anything about HVACs?
I know enough to know when I have to call somebody.
Yes, exactly. Now, Comfort X HVAC, let them help you, my friend. Here's the deal. If you get the premium installation package, you can get, that was my nickname in high school, the premium installation package. But you should get if you get the premium installation package, you can get 10 years free maintenance, my friends. And you're thinking to yourself, oh, 10 years free maintenance. How long is that? That is a decade of worry-free care. A decade of worry-free care. Small business with big savings. Build on trust for the long haul. Plus, they're not going to try to screw you over. They're not going to try to go in there and rip your tongue out and then give you an HVAC. I don't know what the term is. But either way, check them out. Really, really good people. And again, you will thank me later. Use code Wildcats for 10% off. Again, thank me later. Okay, now let's look back to a little bit of let's look ahead so that we can look back. 10 years free maintenance. How long is that? Mike, Luke, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant he's tantalizing, man. I mean, you watch how he I'm sorry, that realized 10 years. How long is that? Yes, it's a decade.
I thought you were going to make how long Caleb Love has been a college joke or something like that.
No,
or who's the guy at Kansas, the big man?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Hunter Dickinson. Yes.
Yeah, he's been in college, I think, since I was.
Yeah, okay. Carter Lewis. Wait, wasn't that one of the people that trekked the Oregon Trail?
That was
Carter
Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark. But man, he's really, really good. I mean, the way that he shoots the three, the way that he can stroke it from behind the arc, there's a lot to like about his game. He's good, man. He's good. If you can get a second year out of him, yes, please. Yummy, yummy in my tummy.
Well, he's got great size. He's really good now at getting those feet set when he takes that shot. I mean, it looks good coming off the hand. And again, he's just a big, talented kid. And if he can continue to shoot like he has been lately, and not like he did earlier in the year, and continue to rebound and play hard and get that confidence, then I think you could see him be, again, an All-American type player if he comes back. The problem is I think it was Biancardi said, if he goes in the draft right now, he's probably not making it out of the first round. He's probably, does he want to go play for a playoff team or not play for a playoff team?
No, he wants to play here.
And again, the one benefit of NIL is you might be able to pay him more than he's getting as a late first round pick.
Hey, by the way, come on, man. I can go anywhere. I can go Natural Born Killers. I can go left my homie's house paid. Picked up a girl trying to get with since the 12th grade. It's ironic. She had the booze. I had the chronic. The Lakers beat the Supersonics. Get out of here with that. I know all kinds of Ice Cube. Nice try. Okay. Luke White chocolate lints from Ice Cubes, right? Now, let's go ahead.
Oh, someone wanted the Carter Bryant U of A comparison.
Muehlbach said he moves a lot like Sean. Just kind of the way, again, he said he moves a little bit like Sean. What say you?
To me, I haven't seen enough of what he's going to be to compare him. Because you could convince me he could be
nobody's watching this show. We can say whatever we want, and there will be no fear of retribution. Give a comparison, and if it's bad, nobody heard it, and if it's good, we'll make sure to give it to somebody that will make sure that other people see it.
Part of me thinks he's
Ricky Anderson. That's your guy.
Well, I would say Ricky Anderson could be a poor man's Carter Bryant. O's is the guy who jumps out at me. He's got so much more upside than O's, but he's that long, lanky power forward who can shoot. I know he's more of a 4 than a 3. Sean, Sean was just such a different level and smoothness.
I get it. Right.
So yeah, I want to see more of what he is, but the stroke is intriguing because I didn't know he had that as part of it. I knew he could do a little bit, but it's way prettier than it was on tape when he was in high school.
I used to always be able to do all the player introductions, and now it's 6'8" from San Bernardino, California, power forward Ray O's. Now let's go to somebody who's going to chime in for a second who has no clue who Ray O's is whatsoever. No chance that Jason Shear knows who Ray O's is. This is true, Shear.
He played basketball for Arizona.
There you go. All right, that's going to be the extent of it. All
There's
right,
people
Nick.
working, so I have to control my voice.
Yeah, is
But
Bruce
I'm a
around?
man. No. Bruce has no voice. He's not joking. He really has no voice.
Oh, liar. All right, hey, all these Caleb Love haters, shoo, poo, go away. What are your thoughts there, Sheer?
Yeah, that was one of the most wild games I've ever seen. And I mean, and the funny thing is, shoot or shoot, Mike. I joke with you all the time. Shoot or shoot. Eventually, they're going to go in, and people will kill Caleb for it. But they're going to go in eventually. He's too good of a player.
William made a really good point too. Like if you go back and watch it, and it almost looks like Caleb knew that was going in, or not that it was going in, but like that there was a real chance because
he just said he pretty much knew. Look at you.
Yeah, yes, no, yeah, exactly. But now let's talk a little bit about. We're going to talk about this tomorrow, obviously on the show at 10:30. But guys, Arizona right now. I mean, Brad made the point. Who cares if they're not ranked? They're probably a 4 seed now after this win. This is good stuff.
Yeah, probably like a 4 or 5. It's funny they're not ranked. They got another tough Saturday. Will be a tough game, but I think Arizona proved tonight to belong. Like this, when you think about it, this is the first really good win of the year, right? Like they've had some good wins, but this was the first really good win of the year.
Now, let's see here. They're a top 15 team. Let's look ahead briefly to ASU, though. Got to keep the good times rolling. Got to keep this going. Also, real quick, you don't like KJ Lewis. What did you think about KJ Lewis's game today?
That's not true. I don't like KJ. He was great. Really, everyone was good. I'm not going to say bad about. Well, I won't talk poorly about anyone after this game. But you're not getting what you wanted. I will say that. That's very far off.
Okay. All right.
I'm killing. People are trying to work though, so I'm gonna head out. But I will be on.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow at 10:30. I'll call you after the show. Get lost.
Yes. Sanan is playing.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be playing, and we'll be playing too. Okay.
Bye, boys.
All right. See you. All right. See you, dude. Let's see here. Isn't Rao's a spaghetti sauce? RAO's spaghetti sauce?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I think it is. Who said RAO? I don't know.
Hey, I kind of like the Derek Williams comparison.
But Derek Williams was just so physically. Derek Williams could just push people around, though. That was
yeah. But Bryant might be able to next year too.
All right. Well, either way, I'll take it. I think he's got a little bit more natural. How do I put this? I don't know.
I think he's more of a wing than Derek.
Yeah. I think that I think he's a little bit more of a wing. I think there's a little bit more to be amused by. Now let me ask you this: with this team, one thing that does worry me that I wish they don't really have a secondary ball handler. Conrad is kind of a charity scholarship. I get that. But at the same time, you don't really have I wish that Arizona had another one. We've been talking about on the show, a Justin Kier type, that just could come in for 10, 12 minutes and be good. You don't really have that. You don't really have that. I wish Arizona had that.
No, you have to rely on having adequate ball handlers at the off guard and the wing spot. Right. There was a stretch tonight where Iowa State was kind of pressing, kind of put some pressure on, and Bradley inbounded the ball. I think he got to Lewis. Lewis brought it up, got it into Love's hands, and it took I don't know if it ever got into Bradley's hands in the half court set. And that's the good news. Love, Lewis, Bryant, ADO, all average ball handlers. The offense can flow adequately, but no, it's kind of Bradley or nothing.
Dennis Walsh, I gotta slap Dennis Walsh around here. Michael Dickerson's one of the most athletic players I've ever seen at the U of A. He's got one of the, besides Sean, probably the quickest first step here. Athletically, I mean, he's built a little bit differently, but athletically, Michael Dickerson's on that very.
I don't think Walsh was diminishing Dickerson. I think he's diminishing Bryant.
He is. But if Iggy was 10
times version of Dickerson,
right? But if Iggy was 10 times more athletic than Bryant, then Dickerson's
and Bryant's a slow Dickerson.
Then Dickerson's 9 times more athletic than Bryant.
Yeah, I think that's what Dennis Walsh is saying.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, either way. Hey, did you know that he plays up at the Sporting Chance?
I've seen him in town.
Yeah, Michael Dickerson. I was reffing his game. Hey, you want to hear some pretty cool story? So I was telling these little Nimrod kids that these Gen Zers that were coming in with like their like Crocs and their all that stuff. And I told them, I said that you know that guy over there? Yeah, playing the NBA for quite a long time. And then so they didn't believe me, and so they Googled him, and they're like, "Oh, he only played 3 years or 4 years because of a leg injury." So I said, "Why don't you just go up and talk to him?" And so he goes up there and he says, he goes up to the guy and he says, "Can you talk about?" He's like, "Did you ever play against Kobe Bryant?" And he said, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Did he shut you down?" And he said, "Actually, I scored 30 on Kobe." Mike D was that dude. So then I had to go find it. Mike D, yes, that elevation that he had on his jumper was second to none, especially that play when he got the ball in the wing and then he drove it like 2 things in and he pulled it up from the elbow. That shot was unstoppable.
No, that was the fun thing about that, especially that 917. It reminded me of, did you ever play the old Sega versions of like whatever the NBA game was? And each guy, if you went to the right spot and hit the button, had a super move.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I never played Sega. Yeah,
that was his super move, like that one.
Mhm.
Just like Miles Simon had the leaner from the elbow. Terry had the little floater. So yeah, that was his move. I actually saw him about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I saw him at a pumping gas. I go, "Hey, you're Mike D, aren't you?" He's like, "I used to be."
Right. Oh no, yeah, very modest guy, but
he was when he played here.
Right.
Super religious guy, was very quiet. Just people forget how, because he gets lost in the shuffle.
Right.
Because you have Bibby, you have Simon, you have Terry, and 2 of those guys had great NBA careers, but Dickerson's probably right up there in the Chris Mills underrated category,
Yeah.
forgotten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was I think Chris Mills is the most underrated player in U of A history. I've always felt that. But either way. Now, let's see here. They got to they not like
right
us.
up there though.
Yeah, for sure. All right. They not like us. Oh, no. Let's see here. Also, now it is time for Swift Mortgage Realty, the Rubin team at Swift Mortgage. Okay, now let's see here. All right. Now, listen to this. If let's say that you're like Mike Rubin, our guy, and he knows a lot of different things. He can help buy, sell, or refinance. Local to Tucson, lifelong Wildcat fan. And to show you that he's a lifelong Wildcat fan, we've been switching it up with random players for the U of A. Joe McClain for $500 off closing costs, my friends. $500 off closing costs. Broker, pre-qualified for home loans, down payment assistance, you name it, he's got it. March down payment assistance. Again, call Mike. Mike can do the shopping for you, and that QR code in there. Oh, that looks really, really good. Check it out, though. Michael Rubin, Joe McClain. Use code for Joe McClain for $500 off closing cost. Again, let him do the shopping for you. Okay.
Concord, California, right?
What's that? Concord. Yeah, De La Salle. He was a De La Salle kid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Joe McClain, I never understood. Joe McClain would always, that was another one that, like, that dude shot like 30% for his first 3 years, and he would always get play. It bothered the heck out of me.
Well, he apparently shot like 65% from behind the arc in high school and got to Arizona and lost the shot, but he hustled. And again, I was a Corey guy, and he and Corey fought for minutes. Mm-hmm. And everyone loved Joe because he wore, and no disrespect to Joe McClain, he's a good player, but he wore the knee pads and he got the.
He wasn't that good.
Dude, Corey was 6'7", Batavia, Illinois, chose ass over Duke.
Right.
Is like the king of Belgium still.
Corey was a better basketball player than Joe McClain, just was.
And Corey just hit the number. Corey just got stuck between better small forwards, and that hurt him.
Yes, exactly.
But he was the first guy or second guy off the bench on the 94 team.
But again, Joe McClain, like I said, it always bothered me because I would always talk, Lute would always talk about Joe McClain, about, this guy we need. And I never understood because I was young, but the dude literally couldn't shoot. You know what he was? And like his senior year, he was a good shooter. But like his first 3 years, he was Kirk Kriisa. The theory of Kirk Kriisa was always that he was a good shooter. He was not a good shooter. And that was kind of the case with Joe McClain. Joe McClain, shoo. I'm sure a nice guy, but no. Yes, no. Mills is really underrated because nobody brings Mills up as one of the best players in U of A history, and he is one of the best players in U of A history. I don't know how else to put that. And no, Gene Edgerson is not the most underrated player in U of A history.
Gene's probably on the other list. He's probably
Gene is on one of the more overrated players. Yeah. Gene played hard. Gene had a role. That is about it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's not Iguodala in terms of overrated college career, but
yeah, Gene was a
little over it because people love Gene.
Yeah. You know what really bothered me about Gene, too, is that I'll never forget when Michael Wright came in as a freshman, and it was apparent immediately that Michael Wright was so much better than Gene Edgerson. And Gene Edgerson started the first 5 or 6 games of the season, and the dude couldn't make a layup. He could get rebounds and stuff, but he couldn't make a layup. He had his bike knee pads. Meanwhile, Michael Wright comes in. I think it was Tennessee was the first game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Tennessee. It was that was that JT game where he had 30 points and Tony Harris. Hey, was KO or is Jerry Green the coach of Tennessee then?
I want to say that was Green. I want to say
I think
KO was probably at Northwestern by then.
Yeah, KO had moved on to Northwestern. He had taken his talents to Northwestern by then. But I just remember saying, why in the heck isn't Michael Wright playing more? And then it took him 6 games, and then they got him out of there. But, yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Hey, that's Irish Mike. I don't hate that. Carter, if Marcus Williams was if Marcus Williams had his head on straight, Marcus Williams had a lot. I don't hate that, actually.
I just feel, and again, maybe it's because Carter doesn't feel Marcus Williams just a little smoother than Carter Bryant.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I could be wrong. Again, Bryant,
I don't hate that one.
No, I don't hate it either.
Yeah,
and again, Marcus Williams, head case, but he was a pretty darn good basketball player.
Hey, Brad, did you know this? That you're allowed to? I don't know if you've been on this since then, but did you know that Did you know that you're allowed to text and fly at the same time?
I didn't know you could text and fly.
No, I mean distracted texting. You're allowed to. Dennis Walsh is a pilot and a lawyer.
So you mean if you're actually physically flying the plane?
Yes, yeah.
So basically, I thought you meant you're sitting in coach.
This guy's probably writing up law cases or something as he's flying over Pima County or something. Must be a nice life. But yeah, Budinger is way more athletic than Carter ever thought about being. But the problem with Budinger is this. Budinger was kind of a weenie. Budinger was just not, he was good, but Budinger was kind of a weenie.
I am convinced. Remember how he got sick on the Canada trip?
Yeah.
I'm convinced there was an injury. In high school, he was one of the most athletic, smooth players I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy, I just never saw at Arizona.
Yeah, well, Lute said that he was the best player he signed since Elliott, dummy.
He was unbelievable in high school. My comparison for him, I went cross-racial lines with Ray Allen.
Wow.
Now, I also have a theory. Well, I have a theory of something else there that I don't want to get into here because of relationships with people. But
Trent Suzuki?
Yeah.
I hated that guy.
I think he might have ruined him too.
Yeah, no, that guy. Hey, did I ever tell you about the story I got into? So this is Chase Budinger's trainer, and we're an hour into the show, so I have no problem saying this. But and he would go by combat coach on Shear's board, and he would always talk to me about how I would always say that Chase needs to be lifting weights and actually be tougher, and he would always say, yeah, because he was always talking about how he was doing these beach Pilates workouts with Chase and like squats with the parachute out on Seal Island or something, and I said no, that's not what he needs to be doing. He needs to be lifting heavy weights like normal basketball players do, and he's like, no, we have an alternative workout. No, your workout sucks. And I was right. I couldn't stand Trent Suzuki. So,
well, and again, relationships with people. I just said everything.
He
let all the media know, or he let me and I don't even know if Shear was running the site then. It might have been someone else, but about Withy. And he said, hey, you need to hold it until 9 a.m. Right? So I have the story written, ready to go, ready to launch at 9 a.m. because that was the deal I had with him.
Right.
I keep my word. The other site, which again became Shear's, I think Shear was the number 2 or 3 guy there. So again, ran it at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
So then
I
everyone's
don't
like,
know.
you
I don't
didn't have
like
you didn't have the story. I'm like, I had the story because
Right.
I told everyone, hey, come to the site at 9 a.m. So yeah.
But either way,
Oh, well.
I did not like the parachute beach
I also
workouts.
didn't like how they let him sit on the bench and stuff during
Yeah, I
games.
thought that was really weird. That's when Lute was out of his mind, though, by that point.
No,
too.
that was someone else's decision.
Yeah. All right. Very, very good work, though, everybody. We got up to 646 lives. Hey, Cody James Martin, how many lives do we get?
How many lives did we have?
Or how many lives did we have? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was about 625.
Right. Yes, exactly. Pete Rich, I think most people consider Khalid one of the 2 best 2 guards in school history. I have 667. Good job. All right. Now, everybody with your super snaps, you guys are very, very much appreciated. I will not have to panhandle. I very much appreciate you guys. You guys are fantastic. Mr. William Brad Alice, you are the man. Thank you.
Do you want to go over the super stamps before you go?
All right, let's do it again. Let's again. Give us your tired, huddled super snaps. Okay, Nick Hart. Wow, just wow. BTFD. Where are the T-Dog Lloyd haters now? And Carter's developing. Has developed so well. Nice. Wop, wop, wop. Okay. Let's see. Jeremiah Dibble. Waka was phenomenal. Caleb comes up in the clutch. Boom, boom, boom. And then, all right, keep them coming. Bridge Tech Communications, who's very hard on this team. I apologize to Caleb and all Cats fans. I was on a tirade about love on Twitter. This is the craziest win in McHale history. Very nice win. Okay, Jerry Reyes, the great Jerry Reyes. Cardiac Cats in full effect tonight at McHale 1999. Okay, Stud Joe. Cats blew the game except for a miracle. You agree? No. What else? Mr. Tyler Warden, stage 4. We are in stage 4. Win the big game. We just did it. 499 super snap. Okay. And then Awaka and Vasar, I need to play together for rim protection. ISU is killing us inside. I agree. These are 2 of our 5 best players, and we need to play together. I agree with that. Now, let's see here. Oh, Jeremiah Dibble again. Tonight is the night we talk about us being clutch. Come on. No, we agree. Okay. Jerry B, 499, didn't say anything. Like it. John Taylor, the great John Taylor. Apple makes this too hard. I agree. I would never be able to figure it out. Let's see. Oh, Michael S. Now I got to buy a Waka jersey. Let's all buy one and pay the man. Yes, yes. All right, now. TJ Van Martyr. Caleb Love back the A by shooting the ball from the back of the A. Yes, he did. Yes, 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 yes. Fly Guy Cole, $1. Super snap. Thank you, thank you. H. Fuchs. I apologize to all my neighbors. Yes, yes. Pinhead Larry, incoming Koa, Burries, and Arenas. I think you get 2, not 3. Okay, let's see here. AZ Cats G, $2. BTFD, go Cats. All right. Okay. All right, on that note, though, William, you're the man. I appreciate you, dude.
Anytime I can.
All right, yes, we will be back tomorrow at 10:30. On that note, though, you guys are the best. We rely on you for everything. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Woo-hoo.